In this video, I will be demonstrating some stretches and exercises for hip internal and external rotation. I recommend using some kind of a strap. I use a stretch out strap, which has loops in it. You could also probably get away with a belt, a piece of rope, or anything that resembles a strap. To begin, start flat on your back and loop your material around your foot. And we'll start with external rotation. So to externally rotate, your knee will be pointed up towards the ceiling. Place your right hand on your right knee, assuming you're working on your right leg, which is where I'm working today. Then press your knee away and pull your foot towards you, which will be pulling your leg, your thigh, into external rotation relative to your hip. And hold this stretched position for about 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And then from this stretched position, you're going to want to use the stretched muscles to try to push your foot isometrically back into internal rotation. Hold that isometric contraction for about 10 to 30 seconds. The time and the intensity that you do the stretching and the isometrics at will depend on your level of fitness, mobility, and your goals. For more guidance, reach out to a movement or fitness professional, such as a personal trainer or a physical therapist. After you've worked the progressive tissue, you're going to want to work the regressive tissue by trying to pull your leg deeper into external rotation using the muscles of your hip. So you should be feeling less tension in the strap as you pull your foot closer towards your head, shoulders, closer towards you. So that'll be external rotation. We can also do internal rotation by bringing the foot around, taking your left hand coming across, so that way your thigh stays pointing up and you're just rotating that thigh. Pull the leg into internal rotation. Again, hold the stretch for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And then to work the progressive tissue, you'll try to externally rotate that foot, bringing it closer to the midline isometrically. This is called a PALS, progressive angular isometric loading. Then you switch to rails using the shortened muscles to further internally rotate your thigh in your hip. Hold that contraction for 10 seconds to 30 seconds, and then relax. Switch to the other side. Or if you just need to work on one side, then you're done. You can also do this, so that's working external and internal rotation with your hip in a flexed position. You can also do this with your hip in an extended position by going into a half lunge. Again, putting a loop around your foot. And then you externally rotate by bringing the foot across the middle of the body. Your thigh will rotate externally in your hip joint. And then follow the same progression. Hold the stretch for 2 minutes. Then work the progressive tissue by trying to isometrically contract the muscles that would bring your foot back to its starting position. And then work the regressive tissues by trying to deepen the amount of external rotation. And then you can do the same thing for internal rotation, just going the other way. So again, pulling your foot out to the side, holding that stretch for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Working the progressive tissue, trying to bring your foot back to the midline in an isometric manner. Working the regressive tissue by trying to deepen the amount of internal rotation, pushing your foot further to the outside. And then relax. Hip rotation can also be done in a 90-90 position. Here, your front thigh is externally rotated. You can change the amount of rotation by moving your hips relative to your thigh. The further upright you are, the deeper you are into external rotation. And you can create a stretch by exploring this area. This is more hip flexion. And then you can work your external rotation by doing lift-offs in this position. So trying to deepen the amount of external rotation. And similarly, your back leg is internally rotated. You can change the amount of rotation, moving your hips relative to your thigh. And there you have lift-offs for internal rotation. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your energy.